North Carolina taking on Alabama. This is a spot where I love everything about North Carolina here. I have them making the Final Four. It's the team I have to win it all at 18-1, and this is a great matchup for them. They are top 10 in defensive efficiency at this point in the season. I expect they're able to keep that defensive intensity ramped up against a Bama team that they can score against anybody, but they're going to struggle a little bit more to score against this North Carolina team. And on the other side of the ball, North Carolina can fill it up when they want to, and this is going to be a spot where I don't see how Alabama is going to be able to slow them down. I'm happy to lay the 4 today with North Carolina. Lean toward the over as well. I do think we're going to see quite a bit of points, but I think North Carolina is going to get over the century mark and cover easily to move on to the Elite Eight. Good luck with all your plays today.
Thank you, VSiN host and professional handicap Samobomb Mike Somich, North Carolina. He's going to be on the final hour of the program tomorrow. I have a question for you. Do you like cleanly shaven Somich?
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. There's something a little more fun about bearded Somich, a little looser.
Should we have an intervention tomorrow?
See, I don't know. He doesn't take the shaming well sometimes. We've yet to see a backwards hat again.
Oh, you think he's in his feelings?
He's gonna end up coming in with a mountain man beard. He's look like he's in ZZ Top.
Well, I'm gonna bring it up, and you know who I'm gonna blame?
Sure.
You.
Of course, yeah. It's an easy scapegoat.
Yeah.
And I don't like confrontation, so I'm going to be
okay, I'll just give you my answer before tomorrow. I think he looks better with a beard, but when I bring it up, I'm going to say I think it looks great, freshly shaven, but big guy has something to tell you.
Yeah. And because I don't like confrontation, I'm just going to go with it. It's an issue.
Ain't that the truth? You want to get a baseball vid in?
Yeah, let's do our guy, John Bowman. He's got his own thing going on. Check him out on Twitter at John Bowman11. He's got Baseball with Bowman doing all of his picks there. He joins us now as a member of the family with his Sharp Money family play for today.
Hey, Sharp Money, John Bowman here. I just wanted to give y'all my favorite play for MLB opening day. I love the Rangers today on the money line, minus 115 at home against the Cubs. It's banner raising ceremony.
Poland Bulldogs men's lacrosse here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia1 network. And today the Bulldogs, they make the short trip over to Boardman Township to take on the 4-0 Boardman Spartans. Hello everyone, Jim Craven with you along with the coach Bob Gessler. Alex Safara joining us up here this evening, give us a little bit of hand on some camera work as he takes a little break from hockey today. And we're getting ready to bring you at least some lacrosse today, Coach, that the sun is out. It looks much better, and no rain. Still a little cool, but you know what? For spring in Ohio, this is perfect.
Yeah, I can't complain. It's been a beautiful day. I was out all day at the shop doing stuff around, picking up some of the garbage that was laying around and did some yard work. But overall, it was a little chilly, but in the sun, kind of get a little froth going on there.
And certainly we are appreciative at least to have the sun out today, as it was rough going on Tuesday. That wasn't the only way. It was rough for Poland as they took on the Southeast Pirates. They would lose that one by a score of 12-11. First and second quarter for the Bulldogs, a little bit tough coming out of the gate. Second half, much better. However, too deep of a hole for the Bulldogs to get out of. They dropped that one by a score of 12-11.
Yeah, I mean, they got within one, and then it just sort of fell apart. But they started out a little bit slow on that, and they have got to pick it up. Spartans have been taking care of business. They've been scoring a lot of goals here. So Poland cannot be dragging on the first two quarters, and they just got to get it going because Boardman, they got some decent size. The other thing I want to kind of push is I hope they get a little bit more physical. One thing I noticed when they were in the game, the sticks are out a little bit too far, and they were getting the ball. The sticks batted, ball was coming out. So they need to keep the sticks in a little closer, rolling the wrist, keeping the net going back and forth. But other than that, I mean, they just got to play hard.
Yeah, certainly that was some of the trio of things that we had talked about. In addition to the fast start, also the turnovers hurting the Bulldogs along the game there to get great breakouts, get some clears. However, it's been the turnovers that have really plagued them coming into the game 4 here.
Yeah, there were some penalties, and they should have been able to do something with it. They were 2 men down, so they were Pullen was 2 guys ahead, and we just couldn't get it near the net or get it in. So unfortunately, that's just has been the scenario. So fast start, be physical, and turnovers. If you get those whittled down, then they may have a shot here, but they're going to have to really be very, very careful with Boardman. Because standing here, there are some big boys down there.
Yeah, and one of the other things that we need to talk about is that activity in the slot in front of the net. It's kind of been an open space for other teams. Again, you talk about being physical. They're going to have to close down on that net, try to give Ralph Mold some help in the cage.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. He's trying to get comfortable in the cage, but if you're leaving things wide open in the front there, and it's been an easy pitch and catch for the other teams, they really got to stay on it and, again, get physical.
A lot of connections between the Poland Bulldogs and the Boardman Spartans. The Poland Bulldogs do not have a youth lacrosse program, so a lot of these players for Poland were over in Boardman in their elementary school years up through junior high. And also some connection we'll talk about as we go along in the game. A lot of hockey players here on the field today, Coach.
Yeah, it just kind of carries over. The only difference is it's a different looking stick, and they're not on ice, but that's it's good rivalry. You get these kids talking and stuff, and they appreciate playing against each other. And I'm sure there's a little bit business going on the field, too, as the game progresses.
Take a look at the starting lineup for the Poland Bulldogs. We started out with number 0, the senior. It's going to be Jacob Zura on the attack. Number 1, senior and defenseman Gio Beato. Number 6, Connor Mold, the sophomore in his second year and the leading scorer for the Poland Bulldogs. Cole Eaton, also the midi out there as a senior. He'll wear number 8. It'll be number 9, Jake Rothenbuehler, the senior defenseman. Number 11, George Malis, the faceoff specialist and senior. Number 15, Jason Ike, the junior. You'll see him a lot at the midi on the attack and at the X position. Defensively, it'll be Nick Blanche, the junior, wearing number 17. Number 21, Jacob Ruba, the sophomore defenseman. And in the cage, it will be junior Ralph Mold in his first year as a starter for the Poland Bulldogs as we step aside for our national anthem. As we get ready for face-off here on this Thursday afternoon, headed into the spring break for a lot of these schools. Joy Wide stopping in to say hi. As she's on the other side, but we'll let her. We'll be okay with that. That's right. That's our angel there. We'll talk later.
The dark side.
We talked about the connections here between Poland and Boardman, just to talk about a few of them in the cage for the Boardman Spartans. It's going to be number 14, Hunter Richards. Hunter Richards, as well as Will Craven, Connor Mold, and Brian Shaw, all coming up through the Youngstown Phantoms youth hockey organization. They have gone separate ways now. However, played a lot together played a lot of youth lacrosse together here in the Boardman Club, and a lot of credit going to Boardman coach Scott Lenhart, who has really built this program up. And coach, somebody that's had a lot of these guys from when they were younger, that certainly has helped this Boardman program in terms of consistency and really playing together.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what I say. He's been here for a while, so that's going to build their confidence. And just like any sports, with the head coach that comes in, it's going to take a while for a new head coach. So somebody that's been with these kids, they know their routine, they know everything that's going on. So, that's a tribute to the Boardman Spartans.
Malis to take the face-off for Poland. Boardman going to win this one, picked up by Fleet. Fleet going to lose the ball. It's going to be recovered by Poland. Poland going to take a hit there as Boardman now on the rush inside the box. Going to slow this one down a little bit as Fleet now will try to work it back around for Boardman. They'll go with 3 men behind the net. It'll be Pinciaro with the ball. He'll send this one out to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to work to the inside. He'll drop this one off to the back. Going to take a shot on net. And that's going to be Pinciaro again with the ball. Ball loose now, picked up by Josh Maseko. Maseko trying to work it forward. Trying to get it to Craven, but he's going to have 3 white jerseys around him. Couldn't get to it. And it'll sail into the Poland offensive zone, picked up by Boardman. Eric Lenhart with the ball down the near sideline. Working to the outside, but he'll have to slow down and send this one over to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to almost getting some pressure from Catcott. And Boardman will reset this one as Shaw will start this one from the top. Brian Shaw, again, we talked about him, former Youngstown Phantom and Ohio prospect when it comes to hockey. Boardman trying to work to the inside. Craven taking away the lane. Shaw now working through the lane. Going to take the shot. Going to go high over the cage and out of bounds. And this should remain Boardman ball with 10:41 left here in this first quarter. Thank you for joining us here on Western Reserve Radio as we bring you Poland Bulldogs lacrosse, wherever you may be watching or listening. Shot on net by Brian Shaw. And they're going to say, no, that didn't go. I thought that went in, Coach, but the official's going to say no. And
wow, that was close.
Probably about as close as you can get without actually going in.
Yep.
Mold going to send this one out to Zura. Zura across field, but can't handle the pass. Boardman now on the rush. A free run to the net. Shot on goal, and Mold going to step in front of that. Ralph Mold with his second stop of the game. And Boardman looking a little bit better defensively so far as Catcott takes the lane away. They're going to pass this one all the way across the slot. Try to work to the inside. Poland playing physical. Craven stepping in, going to push this one forward, but it's going to be picked up by Brian Shaw. Former teammates now going to be one-on-one. Shaw now step back, reset the Boardman offense with 9:55 left here first quarter.
Better on defense. You can see so much better, and they're now gathering to the net and doing a better job of that.
Shaw and Craven again one-on-one. He'll send the ball down to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to work from the right side of Mold into the slot. Craven and Zura taking the lane away. Send it back to the far side and up to Hoover. Hoover now working to the inside, but Craven going to take the shot. It's going to go in on the bounce pass. Boardman going to take a 1-0 lead with 9:30 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they did a good job up to that point, and then he slipped to the inside, and he gave him a clear shot at that. We talked about giving him the lane up front. This is what that was the problem in last game, and can't give him that shot like that. We've got to converse on that offensive man with the ball.
Yeah, we talked to Coach last Tuesday about that, and one of the concerns was the physicality and getting into that lane, taking it away, and started out well. However, Hoover working to the inside. He gets the bounce pass into the cage and gives Boardman the 1-0 lead. 9:30 left here first quarters. Boardman's going to win this face-off. It'll be A.J. Murphy. Murphy going to wait for the offense to make its way to the field. Ashton Hoover now with the ball. Maseko sneaking up behind him, but Hoover now going to take a step back. Hoover now going to send this one to Shaw. Shaw from the top. Shaw going to work it around the perimeter, move to the inside, look for the shot. He'll take it. It's going to go wide of the cage, out of bounds. Boardman will maintain possession. 9:01 left here as obviously you can see some of the guys have been watching film here. Brian Shaw working right into that slot. Ball now to the right of Mold, and it's going to be a bounce pass again into the net. And it's going to be Kevin Montgomery on the score for Boardman.
Yeah, they have the defense. They've got to get in front of these guys, and they got to get physical. The first few minutes, they look pretty good, and now they're getting too much where they're getting them inside.
So Montgomery gives the Boardman Spartans a 2-0 lead here early in this game. And for Poland, it's going to be about winning these face-offs and getting down to their end of the field.
Yeah, we haven't seen them down at our offensive end. I mean, everything's been on our defensive end.
Melis to take the face-off for Poland. There's Chris Fleet. Excuse me, I believe that's going to be A.J. Murphy on the face-off. Stalemate there, ball loose as scrum will ensue. Craven stepping in, trying to pick up the ball, but he won't be able to get to it. He'll try to get the angle and take away the lane from Michael Demetrius. Again, working to the inside will be Luke DeJoseph. DeJoseph trying to take a step back here. He'll reset. Craven now one-on-one with Hoover out in the corner. Hoover trying to work to the outside. He'll get the ball down low, cross it into the slot. Was looking for Austin Monter, but couldn't pick it up, but it'll be Kevin Montgomery to recover it. Montgomery trying to work to the side, trying to take an overhand shot, and it'll head out of bounds. As Boardman will maintain possession here. 8:12 left here, first quarter. Poland trails by a score of 2-0. Ball down to the slot. That's going to be shot. Wow. It's going to go off the leg of Ralph Mold. Ball loose near the sideline, picked up by Poland, trying to work down the sideline, going to be knocked out of bounds. Caden Catcott had an opportunity to get downfield, but he was going to be knocked out by Brian Shaw.
Yeah, again, Boardman being very physical, and everything's been playing at this end. They have got to get over the 50 and get going.
Shaw now to the far side. He'll send that over to Ashton Hoover. Hoover around the perimeter. Craven in front of him to take the lane away. They'll switch positions here as Luke DeJoseph will go high. Ball now back out to the X for Boardman. That's going to be Blanche on defense. They'll send it back out to Shaw. Shaw to the right of Mold. And he'll send it out to DeJoseph. DeJoseph trying to work past Craven. Craven will put a shoulder in there. Lane's going to be open again, but no shot on there as they try to work back inside. Ball loose, and it's going to be a stop by Mold. Mold now stepping out of the crease. He'll send this one downfield. Ball going to come loose, and it's going to be picked up by Luke DeJoseph. Loose again, and picked up by Zerl. Loose again. Almost picked up. I believe that was going to be Cole Eaton. Ball still loose here. Gave hot potatoes. Nobody wants it. Closest one to it was Tobias Safran. And it'll be Poland ball as they'll bring it in from the far sideline.
Well, I'm glad they got on that defensively because they were knocking that all over the place, and finally we got something over.
Ball now to the far side. Eaton now for the first time on the Poland side of the field. We'll send it out to Connor Mold. Mold, coach will say he had a rough time on Tuesday night, took a few weird shots. As Mold now around the perimeter, he'll send this one down to the X, try to get it to Jason Ike, but it'll go out of bounds. There's the turnovers we talked about with 6:36 left here first quarter.
Yeah, can't do this against Boardman. Like I said, you're already down 2. Got to stay on this.
Boardman down the far sideline into the slot. Nobody there. Craven, the closest one, trailing them. And it'll be picked up by Pinciaro. He'll send it across slot. Shot on goal, and it's going to go off of Mold's net again and out of bounds.
I tell you what, defensively, they have got to keep their eyes open. Boardman's offense is getting behind. There were 4 guys from Poland, and they have got to keep an eye on that.
So Boardman now on the perimeter again, trying to work to the inside. Ball loose. Craven stepping in, going to sweep this one over. Ball still loose. As there's a scrum for it here. 5:53 left here in the first quarter. And we're going to have a whistle. They're going to give this one to Boardman. Luke DeJoseph now will bring this one out from up high. He'll be about 20 yards out from the net. He'll be to the left of Mold. DeJoseph working through the slot inside. Craven trying to slow him down. He'll take a shot. It'll bounce right over the cage.
That was a good job by Will. He needs to stay in front of him, and that's what he did, disrupt it.
Shaw with the ball to the right of Mold. He'll try to feed it into the slot. Shot on goal. It's going to go off the post. Pinciaro looking for his goal as Zura will pick up the ball. Zura now trying to retreat. He'll get it over to Ralph Mold as he tries to create some space. Mold now under some pressure, ball loose. And again, we talked about the turnovers, Coach. It's been tough. Here's to Joseph. We'll send this one out. Montgomery going to send this one back high to Brian Shaw. Ashton Hoover will make his way back out onto the field as Demetrios will head to the bench for a breather for Boardman. Craven now in front of Shaw. Shaw trying to find a lane. He'll send it over to Montgomery. Montgomery will switch places with Shaw. Ball now to the left of Mold. Takes a shot. Going to go off. I believe it was going to be the net of Ralph Mold. Ball loose, and Poland will get the clear here as it was going to be a defensive battle there at the bottom. Craven now with the ball up the sideline, chased by Brian Shaw. Shaw beating him like he stole something. Craven now on to Rush, trying to find some room. He'll draw the flag. Delayed penalty coming up against Boardman. Connor Mold now with the ball. Poland will go to the man advantage with 4:12 left here in the first quarter, but we are on the delay now as Cook will make his way to the field for Boardman. A.J. Murphy working the center against Cook. Cook going to move up as Connor Mold now will send this one over to Cole Eaton. Eaton from the far side, stepping up, trying to get past Demetrios. And he'll send this one to Jason Ike. Ike at the X. Ike sending this one across over to Sabrian. It's going to go out of bounds. Again, another turnover, Coach.
Yeah, but we have the penalty on the field.
When you have those opportunities when on the delayed penalty, got to take advantage of those. And again, turnovers in that situation, not a bad thing, but certainly have plagued the Bulldogs as Brian Shaw will head to the sideline for Boardman.
Again, their turnover ratio is not good. They have got they got to cut it in half at least. They just got to attack more, set things up, and move around in front of that net like they did last week on a couple of plays, and they set up and everything was wide open.
Connor Moll bringing it in from the near sideline. Will be to the south of Boardman's bench. Cook now sending around the perimeter. Back out to Cole Eaton. Eaton looking for somebody in the slot. That'll be Malis. Malis trying to get it over to Ike, and again, it's going to go out of bounds. And when it rains, it pours, Coach.
Yeah, they have all the opportunities, but unfortunately, they're just not getting it.
Ball now brought in by Boardman. Craven providing some defense, and they'll have to send this one back out to Montgomery. Montgomery sending it low to the right of Mold. Ball going to come loose, but no issue as DeJoseph will gather this one back up. He'll work his way around the cage. Try to get it over to the X. That was Austin Monter. Ball comes loose now, and Josh Maseko now with the ball. He'll have to work around Monter, get upfield, and find an option. As Maseko now is going to get knocked down. Ball going to head for the out of bounds. And another turnover for Poland as Kevin Montgomery will bring this one in for the Spartans.
Again, the other teams, Boardman's very, very physical against Poland, and that's where Poland's got to be aware of. They're a little bit bigger. We had the speed, but he got blasted.
Okay, I guess they're going to say this is going to be Poland ball. They're going to call that a push.
Okay, that makes sense.
Cole Eaton now with the ball. Oh, and actually going to call Pinsaro for the penalty. So we're going to call that an illegal check as Poland will go to the man advantage. 2:49 left here, first quarter. Spartans up by a score of 2-0 over Poland. A little bit of a delay here, I think, as the officials do some housekeeping. Ball in play now is Cole Eaton. Will work this one down. A.J. Murphy working his way in past Connor Mold. Mold now up high. Mold going to send this one back high to Cook. Cook down to Cole Eaton. Eaton looking for a lane here. He'll rotate around, get out to Connor Mold. Mold going to take the shot, and he's going to score with 2:26 left here in the first quarter. Poland gets on the board. They trail Boardman by a score of 2-1.
That's a good job. They worked it to the center of the field, and he just backhanded that right in there. That was an outstanding job. But I tell you what, in pregame, Jim, I was watching Hunter Richards. He's a little unsure of himself in the goal. So if we could get more shots on goal, I think that this could balance out here.
So 2-1 is your score. Face off between Murphy and Malis. They'll take the draw at midfield. 2:26 left here, first quarter. As Murphy will win this one cleanly. He'll take it to the far side. Try to bring it down into the slot, but Craven going to step in there, slow him down. And he will be content to send this one over to Ashton Hoover. Hoover now from the top. Work around the perimeter. He and Will Craven one-on-one. Ball down low now. Gio Beato on the defense. Ball a little loose, comes loose, but no issue as Hoover will pick this one back up. He'll rotate this one around to Tony Pinciaro, just coming off his penalty. Pinciaro trying to work to the inside. Try to dump the ball off. Nobody there. Zura stepping in here. Ball's going to be loose. It's going to go high. Picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery setting it down low. Trying to work in the inside to DeJoseph. Going to go off a player. Couldn't see who it was. Ball loose as there's a scramble for it. And it looks like it's going to be picked up by Hoover. Hoover will slow this one down with 1:33 left in his first quarter. Ball loose now as they try to hit DeJoseph to the right of Mold. He couldn't handle the pass. Ball still loose high in the air as Blanche will knock this one around. It'll stay loose. And it'll remain loose here. Doesn't look like anybody wants it. So the officials now getting out of the way as Cole Eaton will finally take possession, step back, and send this one over to Nick Blanche. Blanche going to advance this one forward. Try to clear the defensive zone. Ball overhead. Try to get it out to Sobrian, and it's going to go out of bounds. Boardman will get the ball with just under a minute to play here in this first frame. Boardman with a 2-1 lead.
I'll tell you what, if he catches that, that could have been dangerous because they had no defenseman back.
So now they're going to go back and forth to try to decide whose ball this is, and actually Max O'Brien's going to bring it out. Switched after 2 or 3 times. So Brian now working to the inside. Cole Eaton now with the ball. It's going to hit the turf. And that's going to be an easy turnover as they battle for it on the ground. Cole Eaton trying to recover that one. Again, another opportunity here. It's going to be a push, and it's going to be Boardman ball. So Poland on the push with 40.8 seconds left here, first quarter. Spartans will have the ball to round this first quarter out. So Cole Eaton now going to pick up the turnover there. He's going to send it in the slot, trying to hit Connor Mold. Mold trying to get to the sideline before it goes out. He's going to scoop it back in and get it to Cook. High above there, but he's going to end up running into C.J. Rice. So Boardman now with the ball with 19 seconds left on the last rush here of the first quarter. Blanche stepping in the way of the lane. Pass intended for Montgomery to the near side. It'll go high and out of bounds, and Jacob Zura will bring this ball in with 11 seconds left here in the first quarter. Zura going to clear this one down in the defensive zone, and it's going to be knocked away by Toby Sofran. Ball still loose here as Hoover trying to pick it up now. Craven going to step in the long way, and it's going to be a high shot. It'll go way over the cage, actually, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter here in Boardman, where the Spartans, they have a 2-1 lead over Poland. You're listening to Poland Bulldogs Lacrosse here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia1 network.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club fitting center, and an Odyssey fitting studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Back here at Spartan Stadium in Boardman Township as we get ready to bring you second quarter action up here. Jim Craven with you along with the coach Bob Gessler. Alex Safara up here in the box today causing all kinds of havoc. We love having him though.
I believe there's some recruiting trying to go on, too.
I believe there is.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's legal. I don't know if it's illegal. But
you know
what?
Prove it.
And I'll tell you right now, it's this young man, great hockey player.
Well, that's a good thing.
Plays lacrosse for Mooney, too. So, again, that easy transition from the hockey players and the lacrosse players. So.
You mean that school from the south side?
Well, coming from a Woodrow Wilson graduate, I mean,
and
that's
a Cheney grad. Well, we already know what happens there.
Yeah, we laugh a little bit there as we attended, St. Matthias down there. And Sister Otilia would ask us, "Are you going to Mooney or are you going to that criminal school?"
Ooh.
Well, we couldn't afford to go to Mooney. So 12 fresh minutes up here on the board as we get ready for second quarter action here. Boardman with a 2-1 lead. Hunter Richards now in the cage to our left. And it'll be Ralph Mold in the net to our right. A.J. Murphy and George Malis to face off to get this second period started. Second quarter. See, talking hockey. Look what you did.
There you go. Periods again.
We've gone to the metric system. We'll thank Chris Richards for that one. Hopefully he's listening. Stalemate here on the face-off, ball loose, and it's going to be Malis with it. Then it'll be A.J. Murphy with it. Again, Craven stepping in there, trying to battle for it. Again, kind of fighting out of his weight class here, but Cole Eaton finally will be able to set this one up. He'll get it down to Connor Mold. Mold to the far side. We'll settle this one down. Craven will come off. And it'll be Connor Casey making his way to the field for the Bulldogs. 2-1 is your score. Boardman with the lead. Connor Mold trying to work inside. He'll get over to Eaton. Eaton's going to take the shot. And Richards going to stop that one. It'll head to the sideline. And Max O'Brien will be the closest one. It'll end up remaining in the possession of Poland with 11:23 left here in the second quarter. No lack of energy here by the Bulldogs today, here, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was a little fireside chat after the last game.
I think there's some bragging rights as Connor Mold tries to move ladder, going to fall down, ball's going to come loose. Not sure he didn't twist up a knee. And a ball now headed downfield as Boardman going to be the closest one to it. Tony Pinciaro will pick it up, I believe, before it gets out of bounds. Slow transition for both teams there. I think they were both anticipating that it was going to go out of bounds as Hoover now will take a shot from high, and it's going to be Boardman finding the back of the net. Austin Monter with the goal for Boardman. Spartans 3, Poland 1.
Yeah, he got behind our people and just he had a free shot in front of the goal, and just can't have that. We've got to pick it up. We have got to keep the ball from turnovers. We got to get on it. We got to get more shots at goal. And the other thing is we got to get better on our passing. Our passing is just a little off today.
So 3-1 is the score here. Boardman with the lead. Murphy and Malis for the draw. Stalemate again here is two equally sized face-off specialists. Now the ball head back. Roll on the ground will be Murphy. That will pick it up. He'll try to bring it up to the inside from the sideline in. Craven in the way. Tries to slow him down. And A.J. Murphy will slow this one down as a couple of Spartan players will make their way to the field offensively. Pinciaro now with the ball. Try to send it down low. Craven defensively in front of Ashton Hoover. Hoover from the near sideline. Hoover now trying to work to the inside. Working past Nick Blanche. Takes the shot. It may have been deflected as it goes way over the cage and out of bounds. Boardman will keep the ball. It'll be Luke DeJoseph that'll bring it in for the Spartans. He'll bring it in from behind the net of Mold. Try to send it up high. Send it out to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to work to the inside. Craven going to step in there, but he's going to leave a man open. Shot on goal, and it's going to be stopped by Mold. Hoover with the opportunity, and Ralph Mold now going to step out of the crease and try to clear this one downfield.
That was a good job because when it was in front of the net, everybody conversed on it, and that's what they need to do.
Mold with plenty of time here. This time he'll send it out to Maseko. Maseko sending over to Craven. Craven picking up on the bounce pass. He'll have Brian Shaw in front of him. These two know each other well, just from nothing else from ice times. Craven now going to slow this one down the long stick defensive midi. Craven now make his way to the field as Malis and Cole Eaton will come onto the field for Poland. Connor Casey making his way to the field for the Bulldogs. Fleet for Boardman. Ball loose near the hash marks. Be picked up by Malis. Going to be knocked away by Eric Lenhart. And Poland will maintain possession. It's Connor Mold now from the far side. Looking for a lane. He'll have Cole Eaton to the high point. It's going to be a shot, but it's going to go way over and out of bounds. Poland will maintain possession. 9 minutes even left here, second quarter. Bulldogs trail the Spartans by a score of 3-1. Jason Ike bringing this one in for the Bulldogs. He'll try to work around C.J. Rice. Ike back up to Cole Eaton. Eaton sent it over to Connor Mold. Mold been looking for that inside slot, and the entire game, it's been a rough go so far. Cole Eaton now working around the perimeter. He'll send it down low to Ike. Ike at the X now to the right of Hunter Richards in net. Ike one-on-one with C.J. Rice. Ike looking for the wraparound. Couldn't get to it. He'll get to Malus. Malus looking to do the cut inside, but couldn't get to it. Ball come loose, and it'll be picked up by Demetrios. Demetrios now trying to get past Cole Eaton and Ike. He'll send it over. He'll get it to Rice. Rice, a little trouble picking up the pass, but he'll gather it up. We'll get a whistle. And I believe we're going to have a timeout for Boardman here. 8:13 left here, second quarter. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You're listening to Poland Bulldogs Men Lacrosse here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia1 network.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Coming out of the Boardman timeout here, 8:13 left here, second quarter. Sorry, Alex. Having a good time up here in this beautiful stadium here in Boardman. And, Coach, every time we come here, we see a little bit more being done. And certainly they are making this a destination point for all of high school sports in the Valley.
Yeah, they've done an outstanding job here at Boardman. Looks beautiful, beautiful track, everything. And we have all of the facilities with baseball, softball. We have the track. It's just and tennis. So we have amazing over
Most
here.
importantly, I see concession stands now, Coach.
Yes,
you know how I feel. You know how I feel about that.
Absolutely.
When it comes to the food, you know how I feel about that.
Well, we got to test it.
Second quarter action here. 8:13 left. Boardman with a 3-1 lead over the Poland Bulldogs. And we'll have this one brought in by Boardman. They'll bring it in from the defensive side. Ashton Hoover now up the near sideline. Try to work around Connor Mold. Ball came loose. Nobody saw it. And ball loose again. As Catcott tried to bring it up. Ike stepping in there as well. Ball still loose. And try to send it back. Try to reach it all the way back to Sofran. Couldn't get to it. And Boardman will pick this one up near the net. Hunter Richards now will go for the clear. He'll send it over towards the Boardman sideline. This one's going to go out of bounds. Try to get it over to Mike Demetrios, but too much steam on it. And Poland will have the ball. He'll bring this one out it'll be Craven to bring this one out. He'll take a shot, lose the ball, and gather it back up again. Craven now trying to work to the inside. He'll get over to Cole Eaton. Eaton to the far side now. He'll have Connor Mold to his right and a little bit lower. As Eaton now will take a step back here as George Malus will make his way back onto the field. Poland trying to work to the inside here as they get it back to Jason Ike at the X. Ike working to the right of Hunter Richards, sending it back up top. Mold with the shot. It's going to go wide of the cage. Mold with a little bit of a kick step there. And maybe if doesn't bring those feet up, Coach. It's kind of like when you throw a football. You know, you overthrow it because you're on your heels. But he's definitely working inside now. Yeah,
if you're going to do that, he's got to work to where he's going. Because when he released it, it went to the backside of the net, and he was coming towards us.
Ball loose now. Cole Eaton had it. Going to be picked up again by Mike Demetrios. Demetrios trying to work his way downfield. And Connor Mold not going to let him out of the zone. Ball now picked up by Poland. Mold with an opportunity to work to the inside, but things are going to slow down a little bit as Malus going to make his way back to the field. Mold going to take a shot from Chris Fleet, but he'll maintain the ball. And Mold, a little bit shaken up, will work his way back to the sideline here, try to gather himself up. Going to be loose again here near the net. Nobody in the cage, but the ball's loose. It'll head out of bounds. And I believe that's going to be Poland's ball now as Jason Ike will bring it in.
Well, I will tell you this. It's getting real physical. And I figured that was going to be with Borden because of the size factor. But Poland, they're hanging in there. They got to start knocking them around.
Malis sending this back up by to Cole Eaton. Eaton going to try to set this one up. Eaton out. Back down to Ike. Ike sending this one laterally across. And back up high again. Connor Casey with the ball. Trying to send it back over to Cole Eaton. Eaton couldn't get to the pass. And they'll turn this one over. 5:59 left here in this first half. Boardman with a 3-1 lead.
Too much. Too many turnovers. Boardman's playing a lot. Poland's playing a lot better, a lot more physical, but they have got to get it done.
Shaw on a rush now, going to pass this one forward, and it's going to be over the cage. A shot taken by Tony Pinciaro.
I think Ralph Mold had a stick on it because it was going. It looked like he may have tipped it and it went over.
So Boardman will bring this one in. 5:47 left here, second quarter. It'll be DeJoseph to bring it in from the far corner. He'll have Abruba in his way. Ball now into the slot. Shot on goal. Knocked away as Montgomery tried to hit the right post. Shaw now bringing it in for Boardman. He'll send it out to the X. That'll be DeJoseph. Back to Shaw. Shaw to the far side. He'll send it all the way to Montgomery. Montgomery down low again. Trying to work to the inside. Poland sliding defensively. As Craven now will be in front of Hoover. They'll send this one down to the X. That'll be DeJoseph. As going to be a failure to advance here as Craven will pick this one up. 5:16 left here, first half. Mold now with the ball. He'll send this one over and tried to get it over to Jacob Rubin. It's going to go out of bounds again. Frustrating, Coach. That's all you can say.
Yeah, it's frustrating for me. I mean, we get a turnover and then we give it back to them. I mean, you just got to stay after. And Boardman's a good lacrosse team. You can't keep giving them this.
Shaw now up high, trying to work around the pick of Ashton Hoover. That's Pinciaro. Ball down low now to the right of Mold. That'll be DeJoseph. DeJoseph with Abruba in his way. DeJoseph trying to work around into the slot. Tried to get the pass to Montgomery. Ball loose now as both teams will scramble for it. And Ashton Hoover trying to pick it up, but he's going to get a check from behind by Zura. Hoover now working his way around to the outside. Craven stepping in there with a poke check, trying to send the ball now over to Pinciaro, trying to work to the inside of the slot, works around Blanche, takes a shot, knocked away by Ralph Mold. Ball looses. Brian Shaw will try to gather this one up. He'll be near midfield. 4:16 left here on a running clock. Boardman with a 3-1 lead. Shaw looking to work to the inside. He'll have Zura in his way. He'll take a shot. Ball come loose. I don't think anybody can see it yet, but Craven trying to pick it up, and it'll be Pinciaro now to gather it up into the slot. They're going to take a shot. And Boardman's going to score. Austin Monter with his second goal of the day, actually second goal of the quarter, and that gives Boardman a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, and all it was they forgot about him again on the backside. You can't do that. You got to have eyes behind your head. When the ball went to our left side of the net, he snuck in on the right side, and there was nobody there. It was a clear catch and throw to the net. We've got to have eyes behind our heads. We got to have eyes. We had a head on our swivel. That's not good. We're giving these too easy.
So again, it'll be Murphy and Malis for the face-off. 4:01 left here, second quarter. Boardman with a 4-1 lead. Ball loose now as Murphy's going to win this one clean. He'll work to the inside, try to work around the defense of Poland. Catcott making his way to the field for Poland. Pinciaro now to the near side. He'll wait for Hoover. Hoover waiting for Monter. Monter back in the slot as Shaw now trying to hit Montgomery on the run, but going to be turned over. It's going to be Poland now on the rush. That's going to be Catcott working his way downfield. He's going to have Sobrian in front of him, but he's going to have to slow it down here as Brian Shaw going to take the lane away. And Poland is going to take a timeout. with just 3:25 left here in this first half. We'll step aside as well. You are listening to Poland Bulldogs Men Lacrosse here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia1 network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
3:25 left here in this first half. Boardman with a 4-1 lead over the Poland Bulldogs. Connor Mold back on the field. Was a little shaken up earlier. Looked like he made just kind of an odd cut. You'll have Eric Lenhart in front of him. Mold trying to work to the inside. Takes the shot. Stopped by Hunter Richards. Richards picking the ball up for the clear. And he'll find Lenhart. Lenhart on the run down the middle of the field. He'll find Pinciaro. Pinciaro to the inside. And he's going to get over to DeJoseph. DeJoseph took the shot. Couldn't find the cage. And it's going to head out of bounds. As DeJoseph now will bring it in for Boardman. 3 minutes left here, first half.
Looked like Ralph got a stick on it, Jim, and that's what happened.
Brian Shaw with the ball now. We have a flag on the play. Delay penalty coming up against Poland. Shot on goal by Montgomery. It'll go out of bounds. And we'll see what the penalty is coming up against the Poland Bulldogs. It'll be a slash. And I believe the guilty party is going to be Jacob Zura, the senior. He'll head to the box.
Can't lose our heads on this.
So Boardman on the man advantage with 2:46 left here, second quarter. Montgomery send this one back in and be shot up high. They'll send it around the perimeter. Shaw working it around to Pinciaro. Pinciaro will go low. Take a shot on goal, and it's going to be Maseko going to step in the way. Ball loose. Craven going to step in as well. And Monter and Craven will battle for it. Monter will win this one. He'll bring it to the far sideline to reset the Boardman offense. Pinciaro now dropping this one off to Montgomery. They'll circle around. They'll switch positions. Pinciaro now to the right of Mold. He'll send it back to the X. DeJoseph sent it out to Shaw. Shaw looking for somebody in the slot. Couldn't get anybody there, so he'll be content to send this one out to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to work to the inside.
Good job.
And Montgomery going to go down, and I believe we're going to get that's going to be a warning call coming up against Boardman, actually. So interesting call there as Mold now looking to send this one down. Trying to find Craven. Pinciaro going to pick this one off. Down in the slot. Contact in the middle. And Tony Pinciaro now going to delivering some shots. And he's going to score with 1:49 left here in this second quarter. Boardman takes a 5-1 lead.
He absolutely annihilated two Poland. I didn't get the numbers. He literally ran over the two players and went right to the net. Again, here's where our problem is. These guys are a little bit bigger than us, but we got to get more physical, stay low, can't be up high because you're just going to go in the seat of your pants.
And certainly, I guess from a football standpoint, one thing you got to do is work low, use that leverage, and caught him flat-footed as Malis and Murphy will take the face-off with 1:49 left in the second quarter. Ball loose now as Murphy will win this one. Craven now trying to take the lane away. Murphy trying to work to the inside. Craven one-on-one with A.J. Murphy. A.J. will send this one down to Pinciaro. Pinciaro back out to Shaw. And Sam Bundy will make his way to the field for the Spartans. Shaw looking to work it around the perimeter. He'll get this one out to Hoover. Hoover one-on-one with Craven. Shaw trying to set up a pick. Hoover tries to work to the inside. He'll get it to the right of Mold, and it's going to go off. I believe that was going to be the back of Beato. Ball loose now as Cole Eaton trying to find an option here, but couldn't find anybody else to slow it down. Ashton Hoover taking away the rush for him. And Connor Mold now up high as he waits for the Poland attackers to make their way to the field. 53 seconds left here in this first half. Boardman leads by a score of 5-1. Mold content to kind of slow this one down, see if they can make one last rush here before the half. Mold watching the clock. Mold with Lenhart in front of him. 25 seconds left here. First half. Boardman with a 5-1 lead. Mold now looking to make his way to the inside. Tries to work into the lane. He'll send it down to Ike. Ike looking for somebody in the slot. Couldn't find it. He'll send it laterally across. And it'll try to get out to Cole Eaton. Ball loose. With just 5 seconds left here in this quarter. And we'll wind this one down. We'll head to half with Boardman with a 5-1 lead over the Poland Bulldogs. We're going to step aside for a timeout. We come back, give you a scoring recap, talk about some programming coming up this week on Western Reserve Radio, all that and much more here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia1 network.
Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Back here at Boardman Spartan Stadium, halftime, as the Boardman Spartans have a 5-1 lead over the Poland Bulldogs. Scoring went like this, and we get started with 9:30 left in the first quarter. It would be Hoover for Boardman, finding the back of the net. That would give them a 1-0 lead. Only just about 34 seconds later, it would be Montgomery putting one in for the Spartans. They would take a 2-0 lead, and then Connor Mold with 2:26 left in the first quarter would get Poland on the board. That would make the score 2-1. Second quarter action. It would be Austin Monter. He would put in back-to-back goals coming at 10:53 and 4:01 for the Spartans. That would give them a 4-1 lead, and with 1:49 left in the first half, Tony Pinciaro would put one in to make the score 5-1 in favor of Boardman. Halftime here. Don't forget, coming up this weekend, Youngstown Phantoms are back home at the Cavelli Center. They will host the Madison Capitals on a Friday and Saturday. Puck drop 7:05. Pregame 6:45. Of course, you can catch all that right here with the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack. And of course, you have the opportunity to come down to the Cavelli Center, see all of the great USHL action. Great seats still available. 330-747-PUCK. 330-747-7825. And the Phantoms making their push for the USHL playoffs, coming off of their USHL Clark Cup winning season. Coach, plenty coming up here. Also, we have football coming up, spring football. And I'm not talking about the UFL. I'm talking about Cleveland Cobras football coming up here in the spring. We'll have a couple of preseason games coming up we will announce. And then June 1st, we will kick off here as the Cleveland Cobras will head to Alliance to take on the Ohio Gladiators, the 2023 Tri-Point Football League champions. And we're looking forward to all of that. So football season never ends here for us, Coach.
I love it. That's That's, it's after as many years as I did coaching, I enjoy every season coming back and watching what this season got and the teams got, and so this is going to be interesting. There's some tough games.
Yeah, it's early coming up this weekend. If you are into spring football, the UFL will be making its debut, the consolidation of the United States Football League and the XFL. So there will be 4 games this weekend here. Check your local listings for that. And we just love football here. We'll see some names that we recognize, some new guys stepping in here, a new format, and hopefully, Coach, they will have some stability with spring football as they combine their resources, hopefully try to get rid of the debt and look towards a long-term future.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, when we were up there and we saw some of these teams play, I'll tell you what, it was exciting. And a lot of those guys ended up at the NFL level. So, again, there was the one returner for, and again, I don't remember which team, he ended up returning for Dallas. As their season ended, and Dallas picked him up, and he was with Dallas returning kickoff.
Yeah,
so
almost seems sinful, though, Coach, that there's not a team in Canton, Ohio.
That's what I said. Why would you not look at, and again, no disrespect, but to go back and get the Canton Bulldogs back up would be, and I don't know if there's any copyrights or whatever, but I think that would have been
I'm
neat.
sure there's going to be lawyers involved for that one here.
But I think that would be interesting, and I'm shocked that they don't play any more games at Tom Benson Stadium, or as we call it, Fawcett Stadium, as it was.
For so many years, indeed it was, but a beautiful facility up there.
Just gorgeous.
I want to remind you the Poland Bulldogs will be back in action here on the lacrosse field. Not football, not yet. On April 10th, they will take on West Geauga. That will be at Pawlanski Field in Poland. Coach, one thing that did come out of the NFL meetings here, it appears the NFL is going to adopt the UFL kickoff.
Yep.
And I wasn't crazy when I saw it on paper, but the execution of it, I like it in terms of excitement. I like it in terms of less injuries.
Well, not only that, and I've made when my girl Carol, who's a big Browns fan with me, and we're sitting there, and I get so frustrated because 90% of your kickoffs, and I could be wrong about that, go touchback, touchback, touchback. I like what they're doing. They're forcing the kickers to kick within that zone. And the other thing is, with them being your front lines, everybody lining up across the field, and they're only 10 yards apart, that's going to cut down on a lot of the injuries. And then what people complained about and said, well, the problem, guys, is that going to take away from kickoff returns? As we saw it, they absolutely, a couple guys ran it back for touchdowns and stuff. So, again, I think it's the best thing the NFL could do. I think it's going to be exciting, and it forces the kickers who, you know how I feel about kickers. They need to kick it within that range, and if they don't, they penalize their team. So I like the rule all around. And when we saw it with the USFL, and XFL, I said that's what they need to do.
And certainly there was so much research that went into the XFL rules before that first season started. Of course, COVID hitting at that time and cutting everything short. But when you looked at it, you wondered, would the NFL, for lack of a better phrase, would they swallow their pride and say that's a great idea and adopt it? And certainly, this shows me that maybe they are looking out for the welfare of the players.
Right, and from what I understand, and again, I could be wrong with that, is I think that what they said is they're going to try it for a year, and then they're going to go from there and see exactly how it works out. But I really think that in the long run, I really think that that they will adopt this, and that's how they'll keep it, because I think it's exciting.
Yeah, certainly we look forward to that here. Of course, lots of live action coming up here on Western Reserve Radio. And then we have a special announce coming up here because we believe April 13th we will be in Virginia as we will bring you National Public Safety Football League action. The Chicago Enforcers will take on the Roanoke Rampage. We will head down to the beautiful country of Salem, Virginia. Country area. I can't say country, but nonetheless, of course, you and I with some experience down there, me as a player, you as a coach.
Yep.
We're familiar with a lot of these folks, and it's some of the best times we've had. A lot of fun in football, and team's made up of all first responders. So certainly looking forward to that. Again, lots of live action here on Western Reserve Radio. And
they're a bigger pain in the neck than a regular team. I will tell you what, those guys were ridiculous. And, of course, they would see me coming. I won't mention any names, Dave Mendarski. There was something about a fire and barbecue in his rear end, something to that effect.
Very subtle, Coach, very subtle.
I was always very subtle.
Just about to get the second half started here at Spartan Stadium here in Boardman. We'll step aside for a quick station ID. You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia1 network.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world.
Now back.
Second half action just about to get underway here. Poland looking for some answers here. They're down 5-1. And they're going to look. Shots on goal there, Coach, but again, we talked about the turnovers. We talked about the lack of protection there in the slot, and as a wise coach once told us, you got to protect the house.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing, I think Poland, a little bit, they felt that they were getting knocked around a little bit, so they're going to put the pepper back to them, and I like that idea. Get physical with them. Let them think about some stuff, and that's what I like. But again, as you say, you can't have somebody on the backside and the seam and nobody watching them, because I'll tell you this, Jim, I watch Boardman pass, and their passing is spot on. I have not seen too many that were, out of bounds or whatever, unless the ball was hit. But I will tell you, overall, their passing does a great job, and that's what really saves. You can see is a difference in the game.
Yeah, Boardman 4-0 so far this season. They've been strong offensively and defensively. Wins over Southeast Mooney, Louisville, and Cathedral Prep out of Erie. As we get ready, here's Malis. I believe that's going to be A.J. Murphy taking the face-off for Boardman. And it'll be Mold into the cage to our left and Hunter Richards to our right. And we are underway here as A.J. Murphy's going to win this one clean, take it out to the far side. Now Cole Eaton in front of him. Craven now going to try to work with him laterally. He'll slow down Murphy. Murphy will work back around the perimeter and send this one out to Pinciaro. Pinciaro probably going to have a little problem with the vision. There's the sun hitting that side of the field. He'll bring it back to the top here as A.J. Murphy will make his way to the sideline. Brian Shaw back on the field for Boardman. Shaw now trying to find an option, trying to work to the inside. Going to lose the ball again, a little bit of pressure, but he'll step back, reset, get it out to Pinciaro. Pinciaro trying to work into the slot. He'll send it over to the side, and he'll get to DeJoseph. DeJoseph going to take the shot, going to score off the left side of the cage, and that'll give Boardman a 6-1 lead.
Again, we talked about their passing. I'll tell you what, their passing is spot on, and that's exactly what happened. You saw a pass, two passes, and both of them were right on, never skipped a beat, and went right to the seam and threw it right in. And it's just, I'll tell you what, this Boardman team's got it together.
And again, we talked about an experienced crew, guys that have really come up through the youth program in that. And I'll tell you, Scott Lenhart has done an outstanding job here building this lacrosse program. Not deep in terms of numbers on the roster, but quality certainly has been good. As A.J. Murphy's going to win this one, head right down the slot. Trying to take the shot. He'll spin, ball come loose. As Craven and Rothenbuehler will take away the lane. He'll send this one out to the far side. That'll be Hoover with the ball. Hoover now sending it down to the X. That'll be DeJoseph. He'll work from around the net, trying to work around the post. Taking a shot, going to come out the back of his net onto the ground, and it's going to be Blanche who's going to kick this one out, but it'll be picked up by Boardman. As Hoover now trying to work to the inside. He'll try to get past Catcott, send it down low to DeJoseph. DeJoseph with a moment to step back. Read a little bit. Craven stepping into the slot. Going to take away the lane from Brian Shaw. Shaw going to have to send this one over to Pinciaro to the far side. Nick Blanche in his way. Pinciaro getting around Blanche. He'll take a shot. It'll go off the top bar. And the ball will head out of bounds.
We had a broken stick on that one, Jim.
Well, as long as certain parties don't have to pay for it, we're okay.
Yeah, I got to imagine
that's like every time you hear a hockey stick break, you hear $200.
Whoa. Well, I'm glad those days are over for me. It wasn't hockey; it was other things. But
well, we're always open for donations, there,
no,
Coach.
That's okay. I'll. You know what? I'll be the fan. Sheesh.
So Ashton Hoover to bring the ball in from the near sideline. He'll bring it right from the Poland bench, send it over to Pinciaro. Pinciaro down, sending it low to Shaw. Shaw to the left of Ralph Mold in the cage to Joseph. Looking for somebody in the slot. Tries to make the pass, but it's going to be Zura. It's going to pick it up down the sideline, and it's going to be Montgomery. He's going to take the shot, but Zura with the ball. He's going to have Connor Mold in front of him. Mold trying to slow down here. Thought he was going to get the pass, but Zura will slow down. He'll give it to Mold. Mold will wait as George Malis will make his way onto the field for the offense. 9:47 left here in the third quarter. Boardman with a 6-1 lead. Poland now waiting to reset. As Cole Eaton now from the near side, trying to work to the inside, trying to work around Demetrios. He'll send it in the slot, take the shot, it's going to be scored! I believe that's going to be Max O'Brien, the freshman.
Jim, they set that up so nice, and that was perfect. They drew the defender away from the front of the goal. He sneaked on the backside. That was an outstanding job by Poland. But here's now. They got to buckle down because this has been the scenario last couple games. They score, and they lax on defense, so they have got to. They've got to stay after this and be aggressive and get this ball back and try to get down and score.
So Max O'Brien finds his way into the slot. Perfect feed. And Poland now trails Boardman by a score of 6-2 as Murphy, and I believe that's going to be Cole Eaton stepping in this time. Ball loose. Murphy will win this one again clean. Murphy has been outstanding on the faceoff, so we're going to have a flag. Look like might have had a stick up high here. So Boardman now on the delayed penalty. Poland waiting now for the ball to go out of bounds, and Boardman will go to the man advantage. 9:09 left here in this third quarter. And it'll be Cole Eaton headed to the box for Poland. Shaw will bring this one in from the far side. He'll be laterally across from Ralph Mold. Shaw up high now. He'll get this out to Pinciaro. Pinciaro setting it up, trying to work to the inside. Craven taking it away, but he'll dump the ball off. And with a shot on goal for Boardman, that'll be Montgomery. That'll go high above the cage on the bounce. With 8:54 left here, third quarter. Ball now back up high for Boardman. Cole Eaton serving the penalty. Shot on net for Boardman as Ashton Hoover will get the man advantage goal. 7-2 is the score. Boardman takes advantage of the penalty.
Yeah, again, they, like I said, they got to play defensively, and then with a man down, you know, that's not helping against this Boardman team. It was very good when you have numbers the same, but man down, it's a little tough.
So Ashton Hoover with his second goal of the day. Malis to take the face-off against Murphy. Murphy scooping through. He'll win this one. Craven trying to chase him down from behind. The lane wide open. Murphy trying to work his way to the inside, and he'll score unassisted with 8:35 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's the second time he's done that. Malis has got to do something. Malis has got to lean into him and not let him win the faceoff. If he does, he's got to stay in front of him.
Poland now trails by a score of 8-2. Again, we talked about some of the things they're going to have to be better at. Working in the slot, and Poland going to take a timeout here, so we'll step aside as well. You are listening to high school lacrosse here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia1 network.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
.8:35 left here, third quarter. Boardman with the 8-2 lead over Poland. And Poland will be back in action on April 10th at Pavlansky Field as they will host Geauga after the spring break. Of course, this weekend coming up Friday and Saturday, the Youngstown Phantoms back at home as they host the Madison Capitals. 7:05 puck drop both nights. Bayless and Murphy for the faceoff. Ball loose as Murphy will have to chase his back into his defensive zone. But he'll bring this one around the near side, Craven in his way. Connor Mold putting on pressure. He'll send this one down midfield. And it's going to be picked up by Dimitrios. Dimitrios working in the slot. Shot. And a score by Mikey Dimitrios. Boardman now with a 9-2 lead.
I mean, they're just slicing our defense and getting in that seam. And unfortunately, Jim, if we keep doing that, they're going to keep scoring at will. We have got to shut that down.
So Dimitrios with his first goal of the day. (9-2) is the score. 8:21 left here, third quarter. So we'll have the draw again here. Malis will battle for it. Sent back into the offensive zone. Chased down by Catcott, though. Ball still loose. And Dimitrios the closest one to it for Boardman. Poland now trying to work this one up in the air. Ball still loose here as we have some contact at midfield. Craven going to be the closest one to try to pick it up on the ground ball. He'll try to work to the outside and get past Hoover. He'll send it out to midfield. Try to get it out to Malis on a pass from Catcott. Couldn't connect, but Poland will recover it. And it'll be Connor Mold now, waiting for Cook to make his way to the field. Connor Casey also making his way to the field for Poland. 7:38 left here, third quarter. Connor Mold trying to work past Lenhart. Works into the slot. Tried to get to Bayless. Bayless couldn't handle the pass. Hunter Richards will clear this one downfield. They'll get it out to Lenhart. Lenhart working into the offensive zone. And down low, pass feed to Boardman, takes the shot. And a score for the Spartans on the bounce pass. Pinciaro will score for Boardman. That'll be his second goal of the day. So Pinciaro with the score makes the score now 10-2 in favor of Boardman.
He gets an opening, and he is a very fast young man. And then, of course, his shots on goal are right on. So, you know, you can't – it's hard to blame, again, what I said in the last game. You can't blame the goalie on all this stuff because when you're one-on-one and you got someone trucking right at you, it's very, very difficult.
Certainly got to give him some assistance. And, again, we talk about protecting the house. That's where you got to go. And that area has been an Achilles heel for the Poland Bulldogs all season long. 7:18 left here, third quarter.
And this is a young Boardman team.
Shaw now, the junior from the far side, sending this one down to the far side. As a matter of fact, he'll hit Hoover on that. Hoover trying to work to the inside, trying to work around Craven. But he'll have to reset, send it back out to Shaw. Shaw one-on-one with Catcott. Shaw trying to get to the inside. Some contact there. Catcott getting beat to the outside, now takes the shot. And Brian Shaw will score for Boardman. 11-2 is the score. .6:56 left here, third quarter. As Malis and Murphy will take the face-off. They'll take the draw at midfield. Ball loose. Murphy will win this one clean again. It'll be to the outside. Craven now trying to get there to the inside, take the lane away. Murphy will run into some blue jerseys, try to work around Blanche. They'll take a shot. Can't make it. And it'll be DeJoseph taking a second shot and recovered by Jacob Zura. Zura sending this one over to Mold. Mold will attempt to clear. He'll send this one downfield and picked up by Catcott. Catcott working his way down the center of the field. Going to have a Spartan coming up behind him. Don't know if he sees him. Maybe Montgomery. It's Catcott now taking a shot to the head a little bit there as Mold tried to pick it up. An errant pass. Ball still loose, and Lenhart, the closest one to it, but Malis will step in and pick it up. To the near side, ball loose again. There's a lot of contact down there in the scrum. And it'll finally be picked up by Boardman. That'll be Demetrios working to the inside. He'll have Zura in front of him. He'll send this one back to the top. And a shot by Boardman. Vinciaro taking a shot. It'll go across the cage and out of bounds. As Zura will bring this one out from the near side down in the corner. 5:53 left here, third quarter. Zura waiting for the whistle. He'll get it. He'll throw this one over the head of Cole Eaton. Picked up by Demetrios. Demetrios being forced to the outside by Josh Maseko. That'll be DeJoseph from the X, trying to find an option. Working to the inside. Here's Montgomery. Thought he was going to hit him on that, but DeJoseph stepping up there as he sends it back out to Pincharo. Pincharo send it back up to Shaw. Shaw up high. Trying to work to the inside. Tried to get a shot off, but he'll be content to send this one back to Montgomery. Montgomery working back to the inside, trying to work through some blue jerseys. Nowhere for him to go. Craven stepping in defensively to take away the lane for Hoover. Ball loose now, picked up by Poland. It'll be Zura. Zura down the near sideline, trying to find another blue jersey. Couldn't find anybody. He'll have to send it back to Blanche. Blanche sending it across field to Craven. Craven downfield, going to have a delayed penalty coming up against Boardman. Craven on the rush, trying to find somebody. He'll take the shot, but it's going to go wide right of the cage. And the closest one to it will be Hunter Richards, but a penalty coming up against Boardman. 4:43 left here in this third quarter. See what the call is. I believe that might be a slash, but we'll wait for the official call.
One-minute penalty on number 19, Tony Pincharo.
Okay, Pincharo will serve the penalty. I believe that's going to be a slash. It's going to be 1 minute. 4:43 left here, third quarter. Poland will go up on the man advantage. A little bit of delay here as the officials do some housekeeping. It'll be Maseko bringing this in from behind the net. Connor Casey up high. He'll send this one over to Connor Mold. Mold will have Lenhart in front of him. Mold working around the perimeter, send it down low. Back to Mold. Connor Mold looking for that lane. Been a tough go there. He takes a shot, and it's going to go high and over the cage. Out of bounds. As Poland will maintain possession. 4:22 left third quarter. Bulldogs down by a score of 11-2. Send this one back out to Connor Casey. Mold working down low. Out to Sabrian. Sabrian down to Cook. And Connor Casey having trouble handling that pass, but he'll get it back out to Cole Eaton. Shot on net. It's going to be a bounce pass by Malis. It'll go over the cage and out of bounds. With 3:59 left here. Third quarter. Pincharo waiting for the release. Ball out of bounds. And it's going to be a turnover going to Boardman here. And Boardman will clear the penalty. Well, I think we have a few more seconds on there, Coach. I thought he was going to go ahead and clear it. But
yeah.
Hoover now working down the sideline now. Trying to work past Maseko. Maseko taking the lane away. Craven moving to the inside. As Montgomery tried to send it back down to Hoover. He didn't see the pass coming. Craven now trying to reach in. Long stick, defensive midi. Will step in there. He'll take a shot from DeJoseph from behind. Craven now spinning out. Trying to find somebody. He'll find a Bruba. Ruben now trying to get away from Hare. Ball loose into the slot. Pass intended for Monster. He couldn't handle it. Still going to be loose on the turf. Picked up by Maseko. Seiko in his first year, Poland Bulldog football player. As DeJoseph now will settle this one down for Boardman. Send it out to Shaw. Shaw trying to work to the inside, trying to work around Catcott. Takes a shot, stopped by Ralph Mold. Bruba had a shot at it. Ball still loose in the crease. Maseko tried to knock it away. And it'll be picked up by Jacob Bruba. He'll send it up, but it's going to be a high, odd pass out of bounds into the Poland sideline. 2:38 left here, third quarter. Boardman with an 11-2 lead. Hoover bringing the ball in. Craven defensively. Shaw to the far side. He'll have Cadcott in front of him. Shaw working to the inside. He'll take a shot, but it'll go high over the cage and into the net of the ball boy.
He was there.
2:22 left here, third quarter. DeJoseph. He'll drop the ball back there as Blanche will knock the ball loose. It'll come right around the cage, and Ralph Mold will pick this one up. He'll try for the clear. You'll have Zura to the far side. Zura now taking it down the far sideline. He'll have Montgomery on the chase. Montgomery will have to hold up as Poland now on the rush. Have Connor Mold to his left. Takes the golf shot, and it's going to go in. 1:53 of the third quarter. Connor Mold finds the back of the net. Poland trails now by a score of 11-3.
Yep, that was a good job by Poland. They were patient coming down there, and they got behind the defense, and that opened up. It was a great job. Now they have got to stop Boardman. Get a turnover here, get down there and score again. It's always been we score, and then all of a sudden they go down straight down and score. So we've got to stop, especially A.J. Murphy on these face-offs, and we got somebody else.
Murphy has been flawless on the face-off as Cole Eaton now going to replace George Malis.
Yeah, they just need somebody a little bit quicker. Nothing against Malis. He's a lineman going against a defensive back. There's the difference.
Ball loose now. Cole Eaton trying to lift the stick of Murphy. We'll have the whistle. As Boardman will take possession. Pincharo from the far side. Work this one around the perimeter. 1:41 left in the third quarter. Send it back up high here is Ashton Hoover. Trying to work to the inside, trying to work past Craven. He'll dump past this over to Bundy. Bundy trying to work to the inside, but Craven will also take that away. Hoover trying to work to the inside. He'll get some help. Shot on goal from Montgomery, but it's going to head out of bounds. It'll be Poland ball as Zura will bring this one out from behind the net of Ralph Mold. 1:16 left here. It's Craven now trying to work around Pincharo. Pincharo will knock this ball loose, but Craven will pick this one back up. He'll recover it and get it into the offensive zone. Josh Maseko trying to work it in, trying to get it to Connor Mold. Mold working to the far side, past Pincharo, but have Lenhart in front of him, nowhere to go for the sophomore as he waits for Casey, Eaton, and Malis to make their way back to the field. That's going to be Mold with the shot. Bounce pass, it'll go out of bounds. And I believe Poland will maintain possession here. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Connor Casey. That's going to be Max O'Brien actually sending out to Cole Eaton. Couldn't get a clean pass off. Ball still loose as there's going to be a scramble for it. And picked up by Murphy. Murphy down the near sideline to the inside. And some contact. Ball going to come loose here. He and Connor Mold collide. Murphy going to lose his stick. And the ball's still loose here. Nobody with possession. Finally, it's going to be Lenhart, I believe, picking it up down the near slot. He'll have Craven in front of him. They'll send this one out an errant pass from Lenhart out to Emerson Hare. And it should be Poland ball.
I like some of the aggressiveness now, Jim. They're starting to bang these guys back, but they've got to start that from the very beginning. They did a little bit, but now you got to be more aggressive because Boardman went in there and was just knocking us around.
6 seconds left here in this quarter. And Poland just content to send this one downfield. Boardman will return the favor. And we will have the horn as the third quarter comes to an end here at Spartan Stadium in Boardman, where the Spartans have an 11-3 lead over the Poland Bulldogs. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia1 network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Fourth quarter action coming up here from Spartan Stadium in Boardman, and head coach Kincaid Marakovich got to be a little bit frustrated here by this point, Coach, as, again, the hesitation's still there a little bit. You would think by now, at least he would hope, that you would be looking a little bit more, I guess, fluent in that offense.
Yeah, again, turnovers, non-aggressive, although they did get better. It seems like every game they're getting better with that. But, you know, you get knocked around as Boardman's doing. And, again, Boardman's, they got muscle down there. But the other thing is, what you can't teach is speed. And there's a big difference down there, too.
Yeah, certainly that's when angles become very important and being where you need to be.
Yeah, Murphy alone gets the face off, and I mean it's a mad dash to the goal, and nobody can catch him, and nobody steps in front of him.
So Cole Eaton replacing George Malis on the face-off here. Hunter Richards now to our left, Ralph Mold to our right. Ball loose as Murphy tries to make it to Craven, going to sweep this one away. Picked up by Eaton. He'll get it out to Catcott. Catcott trying to work his way down to the outside, looking for a shot. Works to the inside. Nobody else there. No other blue jerseys. And we're going to have a whistle. I believe that's going to be a push coming up, maybe. As Poland will maintain possession. Cole Eaton now going to set this one up for Poland. He'll try to work to the inside. Try to work past Demetrios. He'll send it laterally. And back to Eaton. Eaton down low to the right of Hunter Richards. That'll be Cook. Cook sending it to the X. And it'll be picked off by Lenhart. Lenhart working up the sideline. Lenhart going to deliver a shot. And we're going to have a flag on the play. And not sure what the call was going to be on that. So I think that was Connor Casey took a shot from Lenhart, but
he took a shot, but it looked clean, so I don't.
Again, without some explanation from the officials, it'd be hard to tell. So 11-14 left here in this game. Boardman with an 11-3 lead over the Poland Bulldogs. Cole Eaton. That will set this one up for Poland. He'll bring this in. Josh Sigel making his way onto the field for Boardman here in this fourth quarter. I believe Alex Cook maybe has the ball here. All right, so it'll be Connor Casey from the far side bringing it in. He'll get this over to Cook. Cook up high, sending it over to Cole Eaton. Sending it down low. Back to Eaton. Cole looking for an option here. He'll send this out to Alex Cook. And working around the offense now to Connor Casey. Down to Sobrian. 10:53 left here in this game. Connor Casey now with an errant pass. And it's going to be picked up by Sofran. Ball out of bounds, and it's going to be Poland picking that one up here as Boardman will turn it over. Connor Casey now from the far sideline, 10:41 left here in this Thursday night edition high school lacrosse. Cole Eaton going to step back here. Clock continues to run, 10:25. Everybody kind of just hanging out here. Not sure if we're waiting for something, but Cole Eaton now going to send this one laterally over to Alex Cook. Cook down to Connor Casey. Casey sending a low to Sobrian. Sobrian back to Casey. Malis now on for Poland. He'll send this one down in the slot. Shot on goal. And it'll go high into the left of the cage. Out of bounds here with 9:55 left here, fourth quarter. Poland will bring it in from the far left corner. Excuse me, from the near left corner. Eaton sent it across field to Connor Casey. Casey, opportunity maybe to take a shot. He'll take a shot this time, and it'll hit the side of the cage. It'll be Max O'Brien looking for his second goal of the day. Richards now going to feed this one out to C.J. Rice. Rice on the rush down the hash marks. Being pushed out by several blue jerseys. Try to get a pass over to Demetrios, but to Joseph, I believe, with the ball. He'll have to slow things down. Poland now bringing in the defensive personnel. To Joseph, working around the perimeter. He'll drop this one off to Shaw. Hoover now with the ball, trying to work it around the outside here. Craven in front of him will get a whistle. And an illegal procedure coming up against Boardman. It'll be a turnover for the Spartans. 8:57 left here in this fourth quarter. Boardman with an 11-3 lead over the Poland Bulldogs. Ball loose now as Jacob Zura now working his way right down the middle of the field. He'll feed it over. Try to get it to Justin. I believe it was going to be Zuzan. Ball loose now and be picked up by Boardman and brought downfield by Bennett Sofran. Ball loose again here as we get a little bit sloppy here in the fourth quarter. Poland with the ball. He'll live Zet and it'll be picked up by Boardman. Josh Segol trying to work his way back to the inside. He'll get around Alex Cook. Ball loose now on the turf. And some collisions down there. Both players will go down and we'll have a whistle. 8:13 left here, fourth quarter. Poland trails Boardman by a score of 11-3. Boardman working to the near side here, so send it out to center here to Joseph now to the left of Mold. He'll take a shot and it'll go in. With 7:54 left here in the fourth quarter.
Well, I hate to say it, Jim, we look a little tired out there. I think we're just getting more physical is happening, and of course when you're down 12-3, it's not helping matters, but they got to pick it up. Got to get it done. We've all been there, haven't we?
Well, we've been in some worse situations, I'll tell you that much, and some better situations. So.
Absolutely.
So, Malis to take the face off. $7:54 left here, fourth quarter. Boardman with a 12-3 lead. Officials kind of coaching out there right now.
Yeah.
All loose on the turf, and it'll be picked up by Boardman. Demetrios working his way all the way down, gets it into the slot. Try to feed it over to Emerson Hare, but couldn't connect on the pass as Bold now sending this one down. He'll try to get out to Rothenbuehler. Rothenbuehler will pick it back up, and it's going to come out awkwardly out of the back of his net. Turnover to be Boardman's ball. 7:28 left here, fourth quarter. Ball loose now on the turf. Craven stepping in there to pick it up. He'll try to get some help here. Scramble for the ball as game of hot potato going on here as DeJoseph will finally pick it up, settle it down. And trying to work to the outside. That'll be Hare with the ball, trying to work around the X. He'll try to work around Beato. Hare now sending this one back up top. 6:45 left here, fourth quarter. Poland not back on the field until April 10th. It'll be after the spring break. Ball loose as it's going to head towards the Boardman sideline with 6:28 left here, fourth quarter. Clock will continue to run here as we'll have Maseko. Maseko trying to get over to Cook. Cook couldn't handle the pass. And he'll get some pressure. Ball and picked up by Demetrios. Demetrios now trying to work down through some blue jerseys, and he'll step back and wait for some of his offensive players to show up. Beato now on defense. Hare now with the shot, open net as Mold tried to step out. 6:02 here, Boardman takes a 13-3 lead.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been working it back and forth, and just rolled in front of that net. There was nobody there.
And shows the inexperience maybe on the part of Ralph Mold there with that much activity in front of the net. Can't leave that one open. So Poland trails now 13-3. .602 left here, fourth quarter. And some housekeeping issues here. Officials trying to work on the face-off here.
Doing a little footwork. Apparently he needs his feet a certain way.
Ball loose, it'll head back into the Spartans' defensive zone, but picked up by Boardman. He'll work to the inside. Craven trailing here, trying to find the lane to stop, and then it'll be a shot on goal, and Ralph Mold will stop this one. He'll take his time out, send this out to center field, try to get it out. Catcott. Catcott now working down middle of the field. Alex Cook now trying to work around Josh Segol. Down low, Poland going to take the shot, going to be stopped by Brennan Whitman, who's in net now for Boardman. 5:12 left here, fourth quarter. Ball loose now, so we have a battle down there. Errant pass to DeJoseph, going to go over his head and out of bounds.
Yeah, we got a lot of new numbers in there too, Jim. Getting everybody to play with that score.
Craven now going to bring this one in. He'll drop this back to Rothenbuehler. Rothenbuehler will take his time here, send it back to Craven. And it'll go off Craven's foot, and it'll be picked up by Ralph Mold. Mold going to clear this one down the middle of the field, but picked off by Boardman. C.J. Rice with the ball. Rothenbuehler in his way. But he'll work around Rothenbuehler, take the shot. And Boardman will score. C.J. Rice with his first goal of the game.
Spartan goal, number 4, C.J. Rice.
So 14-3 is the lead for Boardman. 4:33 left here, fourth quarter. Coming up here on Friday and Saturday. Again, the Youngstown Phantoms back in town. They will be on the ice taking on the Madison Capitals in a 2-game series this weekend. Give Kelsey Morton a call. Get some great tickets. Affordable family fun. 330-747-PUCK. 747-7825. Orban now with the ball trying to work to the inside. Rothenbuehler on defense. Shot on net, but it's going to go wide of the cage. Head out of bounds. And Poland will bring this one in. Ralph Mold trying to clear this one downfield. Don't know who he was looking for. Ball loose here. Craven on defense. He'll knock the ball loose. As Bundy now with the ball. He'll slow things down, send it over to the middle of the field. .353 now on a running clock. Boardman with a 14-3 lead. Craven now going to knock the ball loose for Poland. Sent down the middle of the field, tried to pick up by Alex Cook. He'll actually be able to gather it up, take it down the far sideline, and be knocked down. I believe that's going to be a check from behind. Should remain Poland ball. Cook will bring this one in from the far sideline. 3.5 minutes left. So Cook taking his time. He'll get the whistle. 3.5 minutes left in this game. Johnny Turner now with the ball, trying to send it around the perimeter. Alex Cook couldn't handle the pass. That'll head out of bounds. Turnover to be Boardman's ball. 3:16 left here in quarter 4 of this game. High pass over the head. Craven now chasing that defender. Ball going to come loose. Ball still loose to the sideline. Craven will get cut, but he'll bounce back up. It'll be Poland ball. With 3 minutes left here, clock continues to run. Craven now with the ball, going to find a Cook to his right, going to take the shot, going to go off the foot of Whitman. Ball loose again as Craven will come in and knock this one loose. We have a flag on the play. I think that's going to be a slash coming up on Craven. Rothenbuehler are going to step in, and they will bring this one to a halt. Craven will unarguably head to the sideline.
Will looks a little upset.
I believe that's going to be his first penalty of the year. 2:36 left here, fourth quarter. Boardman go to the man advantage. They're leading by a score of 14-3. So Boardman now on the advance here. Nobody in the way on the slot. Going to take the shot. Going to go wide of the cage. 2:25 left here, fourth quarter. Craven serving the penalty for the Poland Bulldogs. Boardman now trying to work to the inside, shot on goal. And to Joseph. Will find the back of the net, 2:19.
Martin goal, number 7, Big LD, Luke D. Joseph. That's a hat trick for Luke D. Joseph.
So third goal of the day for DeJoseph. 15-3 is the score.
Poland just got to get better, that's all. They're taking their poundings now, as we all know, that just got to get better. You got to hang in there, do what you got to do.
So face off at midfield. We'll get an illegal procedure coming up. Boardman ball now is. I'll bring this down the far sideline. Craven on defense. Poland clearing the penalty. Actually, Boardman clearing it for them. As Monter. Now we'll send this one down low. We'll send it around the back of the cage. That'll be Hare. Hare trying to work around a couple of blue jerseys. Ball loose with 1:35 left here in the fourth quarter. And we'll get a whistle. Illegal procedure coming up. Should be Poland ball with a minute and a half left here in this game. Boardman with a 15-3 lead. Mold now going to clear this one down to midfield. Going to be loose and picked up by Zura. Zura working in and out, trying to get down to the hash marks. Tried to get over to Connor Casey, but Casey couldn't handle it. It's going to head out of bounds. Boardman will take the ball. And it'll be Sofran that'll bring it in for the Spartans. Just under a minute to play here on what has turned out to be a very nice night here in the Valley. 48 degrees. Well, at least it was when the game started. Sun going down, so a little bit cooler now as Rothenbuehler will step in, knock the ball away. And Poland will take possession with 40 seconds. So Jake Rothenbuehler send this one down. We'll make one more rush, see if Poland can find one more score. Rothenbuehler getting the midfield, and he'll send this one down low. I believe that was going to be Colin Rogers he was looking for. Ball go out of bounds. Boardman will take over, and this clock will run down with the last 15 seconds of the game. Boardman will pick up their 5th win in as many tries. Poland still looking for their first win on the 2024 campaign. So Hare with the shot, going to finish this one off for Boardman as time expires.
Number 32, Emerson Hare.
And Emerson Hare will round it out as the horn sounds. And it's a final today as Boardman, they will get the 16-3 win over the Poland Bulldogs. We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. We come back, update you on, again, on some of the upcoming events here on Western Reserve Radio, and maybe talk about a little bit of football here before we go. You are listening to Poland Bulldogs Men's Lacrosse here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia1 network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Back here one last time at Spartan Stadium in Boardman as Boardman gets the 16-3 win over the Poland Bulldogs. Boardman advances to 5-0. Poland still looking for their first win of the season. Again, before we leave, we want to remind you, coming up Friday and Saturday, the Youngstown Phantoms are back in action. They will host the Madison Capitals 7:05 puck drop both nights here. I suggest you call 747-7825, 747-PUCK for great tickets, affordable family fun. And, of course, if you can't make it down, you can hear all the action right here on Western Reserve Radio with the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack. So, again, we thank you for joining us here this evening. So, for the coach, Bob Gessler, for Alex Safara helping us out tonight here on camera, Jim Craven, we look forward to seeing you back here April 10th as the Poland Bulldogs will host Geauga. It's going to be a 6 o'clock face-off here. Make sure you join or check in on all of our social media for upcoming events as the semi-pro football season gets started here on Western Reserve Radio. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.